We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Miami Dolphins. Set for football now on a rainy Sunday afternoon. And we are underway from Miami. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's the rookie out of Florida. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They work now on 2nd and 9. They go back to Walton. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They'll run with Walton. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Now Walton, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the Dolphins' 22-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
3rd and long.
3rd and 19. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And it is caught. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Now a carry for Walton. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Here's a 2nd and 5. They run again with Walton. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
What an advantage having the lead guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. Back to throw. Kendrick. Open man is Bond. He's got it. And the Browns are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a big conversion there on third down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a first and goal.
Here's Walton. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Browns are on the board here first in the season opener. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And he returns this to the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle.
At the 22-yard line.
Second and 9. Fake, and they'll throw with Penix. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. Loose inside the 30. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 67 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, early they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. A run straight ahead with Achane. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
A play fake. Now Penix. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
I always love the opening game of the season, and for the players, always nice to get those firsts out of the way, isn't it? How about here? The first sack of the season. Not just in the first game, but in the opening drive. That's the way to get things kicked off.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. A run by Walton to begin the drive. And not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard to the 27.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Walton. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Here's 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Kendrick. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team right at the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
On first down, Walton. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now they'll audible to something else. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Walton. And slow going there as they'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times. And what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He'll try and do this himself. He's got his target. That's complete. And finally, he's taken down at the 18. A big play that time for Cleveland. 41 yards. Hey, they made no bones about it. They wanted to throw this rookie right into the fire, see what he could do. He shows what he can do there.
And you have to really put the time and effort in because playing a receiver in the NFL is a difficult task. And for a rookie, all that you have to learn to get on the same page with your quarterback, that's excellent coaching. And how about how he's picked things up?
Picking things up in a big way with a big play in his NFL debut. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Zero hesitation that time. He just got it and put it out in the right flat. Unfortunately, incomplete.
Well, you know how hard these quarterbacks nowadays work on just getting the ball in their hands and making a quick decision and throwing the football. Didn't work out in this case.
The offense on 3rd down, a perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Back to throw. Kendrick. And that is too far out in front. He couldn't haul it in. Incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And his kick is indeed good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Here we go on the return from the 1-yard line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. Well, at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Right back to Achane on 2nd down. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there. Third down at 6. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. They'll go play action here with Penix. And that will be incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
4th down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. This will be fielded at the 17. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3 except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
From the gun on third down, Kendrick. And that is incomplete.
I know we're just in the second quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's a second drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in. And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. And looking to throw, Penix. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Okay, so the personal foul penalty, and those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
Here's Penix. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one goes for 30 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Penix. Blitz coming, and down he goes. It's J.O.K. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in there for the sack.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
To the air, Penix. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Stephon Diggs as the first half is winding down. And the Dolphins have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
26-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. Throwing to start the drive. Kendrick. And that is incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. A final shot before break. Kendrick. His throw incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Now it's Hyde on the return. And he's up across the 25 and down to 28.
At their own 28-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Charles, some things to like about that first half. Ultimately trailing here, but certainly a chance hit and the ball is held. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
46 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and then maybe a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Walton. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll run on first down. Walton. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there. Making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Browns are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is up to 8.
17. Dolphins 9.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Last time out, they had the fumble that led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units in there. Kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Looking to throw, Penix. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
Well, he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. No throw with Penix. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Taken in at the 22. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
18, 18, left, check.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. Here now a 3rd and 20. Looking to throw. Green. He'll try and do this himself. And it's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. That's taken on the 25. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it'll be Dolphin football. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now, what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. From the 35, here's a 2nd and 7. Again, it's Achane. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Stephon Diggs with a milestone career touchdown number 100. Joining Curtis Martin and Franco Harris at the century mark as he continues to climb the all-time list. And the Dolphins have cut the lead back down to 2. So now the Dolphin offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2.
The Dolphins are...
They'll try and throw with Penix. Goes right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for 2 to tie the game, and it works out. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
They're on 27-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. Really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Slant route, he finds Thornton. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 on a 1st down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 105 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener. He's making quite a splash here in his NFL debut.
Well, he was advertised as being NFL ready, and both you and I tend to arch an eyebrow a little bit when we first hear that, but I think that they were right about this one.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Ready? 70 Timberwolves.
Quick throw there is incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Green. That's taken in by Bond. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal.
All right, field goal gets you the lead here. I mean, but I might want to just go ahead and go for something big.
Oh, come on, you got to kick it.
I mean, you got to be glad I'm not the head coach here, right? The whole team would want to revolt at this point.
And his kick here is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And not much doing on the return. Good coverage there. Going to stop him in his tracks at the 15-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Up the middle, Achane. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Off play action, here's Penix. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 43. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And a first carry now for Hyde. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Back to throw here. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They are going for it. Penix. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position.
Ready? Here we go. Stack.
On 1st down, it's Walton. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And that's just an ideal run to start this drive because they're in full ball control mode now. So if you keep ripping off 7, 8, 9 yards of carry, you're going to have a great chance of finishing off this game.
Ready? Liking 18.
They'll keep it on the ground. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
And this is exactly what you're looking to do offensively. If you can start stringing some runs together like this, you'll keep churning out 1st down, and that's going to put you in a great position to carry this one home.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, Smith. Back. Cougar 19.
Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
Let's go. Ready.
They'll try the left side. It's Walton.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like you know his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do you know, what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then the last second, oh no, I better get down. And he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to letting it slip away.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13.
Come on. 79, 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 3, 18, 5 in.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
As quarterbacks like to do, he pushed it downfield on that throw. But I think that since he was outside the pocket and there was open space, it would have been a good time for his first carry of the game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
70, Timberwolf.
Looking to throw. Green.
To Pierce, they set up the screen.
And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he gets the 1st down.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll try and sneak it here. And he will have a Browns first down. It has been a struggle, but it's looking like that'll be the one to seal a victory.
I think in this situation, all you want to do is make sure your guys are set up front. No one jumps, no penalties. Sometimes you don't even call cadence, just go and pick it up.
Yeah, because it's on them. I mean, the quarterback's job's pretty easy there.
It really is. You talk about inches, just go get it.
And he stopped immediately there. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Now a 2nd and 10.
Hey, check that. Let's go now.
They'll try the left side. It's Walton. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9. And they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see.
No check. Here we go, check. Cougar 19.
They'll run again. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to swell the lead to 6. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1. And one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Browns, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Mile High to take on the Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be on the road next week as they travel to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers.